Hey guys, if you're moving to San Antonio and you're like most people that call me, I always get people that say, hey Jesse, I want to live in a nice area. I want to make sure that it is safe. The homes are newer and there's a lot of things to do. So today, that's exactly what we're at. We are in a community that most of the homes here were built in the year 2000 to date, right? So there's a lot of homes here. There's a lot of choices and amenities. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of traffic too. So if you like traffic, you'll love this place. But if you don't like traffic, probably not the place you want to live. But if safety, good schools, lots of convenience, and a ton of shopping is where you want to be, then stick around, because today I'm taking you to Alamo Ranch. Hey there, my name's Jesse Lopez. I'm the owner of Blue Utopia Realty here in San Antonio, Texas. Now, I've been doing this channel for a couple of months, and you know what? It really, I'm surprised at how many people need my help whenever moving to San Antonio. I get phone calls every day from people like you that are moving to San Antonio and want to know where the best areas are to live and where, you know, the best schools are, and, you know, where you're going to get the most value for your buck. And that's exactly what I do. I love doing it. And there's two reasons. One, first off, I love San Antonio. I grew up in San Antonio and I lived the majority of my life here. I did serve in the United States Air Force for 23 years. And I traveled all over the world. I moved over 13 times in my service, and I learned what the headaches were and how to mitigate those headaches. So that's why I did this channel. I created this channel in order to provide you enough value that when you move to San Antonio, you have a smooth transition and you don't have to worry about all those pesky little mistakes that I made whenever I was moving around the world. So if that's the kind of information that you want, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button and tap on that bell so you're notified every single time I put out a new video. So we're here in Alamo Ranch, and Alamo Ranch is a newer community. And what I mean by newer, like the homes here were built like in the year 2000 to present day. So that's fairly new. I remember when I was I think I was like 6 years into the military, I bought a piece of land by Medina Lake, which is one of the lakes around here, and none of this was here. Like, there was absolutely nothing. These were just fields and, you know, pastures. There was cows and, you know, horses and that kind of stuff, typical Texas thing. But none of these houses were here. But now look at them. There's so many houses here. This is just one of the neighborhoods inside Alamo Ranch. So there's a lot of neighborhoods inside Alamo Ranch. Some of them are gated communities, some are not, like this one right here. So if you like gated communities, you definitely have that option when you move into this area of town. Now, if you saw, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. You saw I think I just ran a mile. If you saw the video in the beginning, like, there's just a ton of shopping here. So if you like shopping, that's something definitely that's going to be at your disposal. But there's also some things that are like really close by that you might enjoy. One of them is this little town called Castroville, named Castroville. It's a German town in the west side of San Antonio, which, by the way, we are in the far west side of San Antonio. We're about 23 miles from the airport and about 26 miles from, not miles, 23 minutes from the airport and about 26 minutes from downtown San Antonio. So it's really convenient coming in and out. As you did see, though, that there is a lot of traffic here because there's just so many people live here. And one of the things that makes it safe is the people that live here. Like, this was something that was astounding to me. Like, we're in Military City, USA, so I know there's a lot of military folks that live here in San Antonio. Heck, I'm one, right? But I'm a retired Air Force guy. But we have a bunch of Air Force bases, so a lot of military lives here. And it was to the tune of about 15% of the residents here in Alamo Ranch are military or federal or state employees, which it really does add to the security, because if you know a military person, we're pretty security conscious and we also take care of each other. So that's pretty good. And that's what makes this one of the safest areas in San Antonio. Just speaking about the demographics of this area as well, is you have about 54% are either professional occupations. They're either in a management position or a higher level position. The median income for a family here in this area is about $123,000 a year. So that's the average income, sorry, not median. So the average income is about $120,000 a year. So that kind of gives you an idea of who lives here. It is family, so there's a lot of families here, a lot of 2, 3, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom houses. In this community, as you can tell, as I'm walking around, a lot of these are 1-story homes, and they're quite large. So look behind me. The homes are pretty large. So the homes, they're traditional homes. They're, made out of stone, brick. I haven't seen any hardy plank. This community, oh yeah, there's some hardy plank right there. So this community has some really nice homes. And if you're wanting to move to the Alamo Ranch area, the price ranges from the low end is about $275,000, which that you're going to be hard pressed to actually find those, and they go all the way up to $750,000. And we're probably sitting in a neighborhood where the homes are probably about maybe $500,000-$600,000 right now. So this is what you will get for a $500,000 or $600,000 home. Now, some other things to know about the Alamo Ranch area. Like I said, there's a lot of military that lives here. There's a lot of federal, state employees that live here. And that's one of the reasons why it's such a safe area to live in. So it attracts a lot of people. So those of you who call me and you're like, hey, Jesse, I want to live somewhere that's safe. Check. I want to live somewhere where the homes are nice. Check. And I want to live somewhere that's very convenient. Check. The one downfall that I would say about living in this area is the traffic. So if you want that kind of lifestyle, that's safe and has good schools and, it's very convenient, then so does everybody else. So that's why you're going to find that a lot of people live here, and all those people, they need to go somewhere, right? So they're going to be in traffic, and yeah, it's going to cause a lot of traffic. Me, myself, I'm not too much into the traffic thing. I would rather be somewhere that's low key, but with that stuff, that's kind of, to me, it's a downfall. I'm not sure if it's a downfall for you or not, but hey, if you have any questions, I've been doing these videos already for a while, and I would really love your input. So if you have any comments or you want any input or you have any suggestions, do me a favor, drop a comment down below, because I really will take your information and what you're asking for, and I'll do a video about that. So I want you to have all the information, and I don't want it to be like one-sided, only the things that I think you need to know. I want it to be the things that you want to know. So drop a comment, let me know what you think, and yeah. But we're gonna jump in the truck. We're gonna drive around the neighborhood. We'll drive around a couple of neighborhoods so I can show you what to expect, what the homes look like and all that good stuff. And you'll see some clips of traffic. Obviously there's a lot of traffic here, so we'll jump in the truck and we'll get that done. But again, this is a really nice neighborhood. A lot of people want to live in Alamo Ranch. With a lot of people comes a lot of traffic, so if you can handle that, that's great. So while I'm walking and getting to the truck, I want to ask you, like, what are some of the things, if you would, in the comment section below, what are some of the things that are important to you when you're moving to San Antonio? Like, how can I help you find the perfect place for you and your family? There's a dog barking at me. How can I help you find the perfect place for you and your family? What kind of information would you like? And yeah, just let me know. That way I can do that and supply that information to you, so you have the best information and you can make the best decisions for your family. So that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm here for. So we're going to take on to the streets, and we're going to look at these neighborhoods, these communities, so you can see what they look like. Again, this is Alamo Ranch. The homes here are fairly new, and I mean fairly new, like they started this community at about the year 2000. So the homes that you're going to see here are that new. But let's take a drive. I love driving. This is my favorite part of the video, because I get to show you, not just tell you about the homes, So you can see, I mean, these homes are really nice. They're, you know, they got, some of them got three car garages, some of them got two, but they're built with stone, they're built with brick. They're really well built. So when you buy a home here in Alamo Ranch, you don't have to worry about the quality of the construction, because the quality of the construction is pretty good. That's why a lot of people move here. And look at the character on these houses. Some of them have these cedar porches. They're really nice homes. And then if you notice, like, they're not cookie cutter. They don't all look the same. That one right there we just passed had a little courtyard in the front. These homes are built nice. They, you know, kind of close to each other. But if that doesn't bother you, then that's not an issue. But look at how well the yards are maintained. They got flower beds, and you can tell that people that live here take care of their homes. They love the homes. And then look, here's those stars. And my other client was like, why are there so many stars? And I was like, man, you're in Texas. Like, we're all about the Lone Star State. So yeah, these are some nice homes. People just love living here in Alamo Ranch. And you know what, I'm driving around, and even as I'm talking, I can hear the birds chirping. So that's another benefit of being in Alamo Ranch. So in Alamo Ranch, you're kind of in the outskirts of the city. You're on the outside of Loop 1604. So that means that you're close to the country. And in the west side of the city, you're closer, not like Bo Verde. Like, I did a video on Bo Verde and a video on Stone Oak, and those are out towards the north side of San Antonio. This is to the west. So on the west side, you're gonna see a lot of more countryside. So, you know, when you travel a little bit further west, as you get like further west, you are going to see a lot of farmland, and then eventually you'll hit the country, or the hill country is what I like to call it. You'll hit the hill country, and you'll see some more hills. But I'm going to take you to a secret part. Not a lot of people talk about this because they don't know, but that was Alamo Ranch. I'm going to turn back into Alamo Ranch, but check this out. This is the community that's right next door to Alamo Ranch, and check out these houses. So there's not a lot of these homes, but look, we're right back into the country. And so why I'm showing you this is because if your options are to live in a crowded part of town, or you want to be in an area that has a lot of amenities and a lot of, you know, choices, but you want to live in a community that has bigger homes, bigger lots. Like, look at these lots right here. We just went from Alamo Ranch to the outskirts of it, and look at these homes. It's like a country feel, right? Like, look at how big the lots are. Look at how far apart the houses are. I'm going to turn around to go back into Alamo Ranch, but this community, there's a lot like this in San Antonio, where you are in a development like we just left, Alamo Ranch, and then you get into these homes that are in the country, and they're right next to each other. So there's a lot of choices when you're moving to San Antonio. But knowing the right agent, knowing me, and knowing somebody that can point you in the direction. Look at these homes. They're huge. The lots are huge. So if the country feel, larger lot, that's what you're looking for, then get with me, because I'm going to show you little pockets of these. These neighborhoods are not big enough for me to do a video of them just specifically, but I'm throwing them into this video, right, of Alamo Ranch, so you could see that there are options if you want to live in the far west side of San Antonio. Like, look at these lots. They're bigger. Look at the land. Look at that. So these properties are here. They're hidden, and right on the other side is Alamo Ranch, where you see all those beautiful homes that are close together. But look at that. That's a nice home right there. You got options. galore. You just got to hook up with the right person that's going to listen to you, that's going to answer the phone, and do what you ask them to do, because that's, in essence, that's what we do as real estate agents. So let's jump back into the Alamo Ranch area. So all right, going back to these homes, again, I already told you about, you know, the prices for these homes. They start in the low threes, you know, 275,000. They go all the way up to 700,000, 750,000. But other things that are important to you, that I know are important to you, are, hey Jesse, what about the schools? What about, you know, what about the crime in the area? Well, since I already mentioned that a lot of the residents of this community are military, and you know, it may not seem like a big number, like 15%, 14% being military, but that is a big number compared to the other parts of the United States, compared to other parts of San Antonio. So when I say a lot of military people live in Alamo Ranch, I am not exaggerating. Like, that's a lot. In my neighborhood alone, I think my neighborhood is 1,000 homes, and I think maybe 3 or 4 of us are in the military. So that's a very low percentage. But here, 15% roughly is what the population of military people are right here. And that's just active duty, by the way. If you want to talk about retirees like me, there's a lot more. But again, that lends to the safety and security of the neighborhood. So I don't have a number like I do for the other videos that I've done, you know, the national index, but I will tell you that it is a relatively safe, not relatively safe, it's a very safe place to live in. And as we drive around, like, if you're in this neighborhood and you don't belong, somebody's going to call you out and be like, hey, can I help you? Because it's just the way the communities are built here, especially the ones that have a lot of military in them. So if you're military, you want to live in Alamo Ranch, you're definitely going to fit in. So let's take a look at these homes right here, in those houses. All right, so we're going to drive around the neighborhood so we can take a look at some other things that are going on here. That way you get a good sense of where we're at. So this is Lone Star Parkway that we're going to be turning on right here, and you're going to get to see some more of the community, and we'll drive into a couple more neighborhoods like that so you can see that. But Lone Star Parkway, this is one of the main roads in Alamo Ranch, so you can traverse through the area on this highway, or not highway, on this larger street. But we're going to jump into Alamo Ranch Parkway, which is the one that we're going to make a left on. So you can see there's shops, there's stores, there's grocery stores, and all that good stuff here as well. We're going to take a right. We're going to go into another neighborhood so you can see the difference between that last neighborhood and this neighborhood. The one that we were just in, I would say the homes are going for about 600,000 to 700,000, and we'll see what it looks like in the next neighborhood so you can kind of get an idea of what the homes look like for the different price points. And there are options if you do want to live here and you don't want to buy a house. You can tell right here, look at these apartments, they're just building right here. But there's already a ton of other apartments already built, already occupied, ready for you to move into. If you're going to move to Alamo Ranch, you're going to be looking at the price point I already told you, but the rental prices, if you're moving here and you want to rent a home or an apartment, they're going to start off at about $1,800 a month, and they go up to as much as $3,600 a month. And you can bet the $3,600 a month is probably a nice home where you get a lot of amenities and that good stuff. So we're going to make a left here to go into this other neighborhood. So to show you what this one looks like. So it is school time right now. The schools are just let out, and I gotta be careful with my speed. So if it looks like I'm just like crawling along, it's because I am. So here's the elementary school that services this this community. This is Mireles Elementary School. This one is rated B. No, actually it's rated A on niche.com. And then the other schools don't get as good a rating, but they're still good. They get Bs. So the high school, there's two high schools. There's Brennan High School, and then there is Taft High School. Depending on what part of the community you live in, you're going to go to, or your high school kid is going to go to one of those. And again, it's Brennan High School and Taft. But take a look at these homes. But you see, you know, like I said, you find, you know, 3-4 bedroom homes. These 2-story homes are typically 5-bedroom homes. And if you don't know this, let me give you a little bit about homes, right? When you have a 1-story home, they take up a lot more real estate because they're just 1 story. So your yards are going to be, they tend to be a little bit smaller. So you're going to be looking at a 25 or 30 foot backyard. So not a lot of room. But if you go into a 2-story home, of course, those homes are built vertically to an extent, and you will have bigger backyards. And then the rooms will also be bigger in a 2-story home because, again, the footprint isn't as big, but it's double the footprint because you're going up. And you're going to find that you're going to have a lot more room in your bedrooms for a 2-story home than you would for a 1-story home. So these are just things that, you know, I'm in real estate, so these are things I think about and I see whenever I'm showing homes, and I'm like, wow, these bedrooms are bigger. Well, it's a 2-story home, so it makes sense because you got more square footage, so the rooms are bigger. Now, the downfall of or the con of having a 2-story home is if you're older like me, or you have bad knees like I do, then it's gonna wreak havoc on you. Like, I can't foresee myself climbing up and down stairs, you know, too much, because yeah, it will wear on you. But this is another community, and tell me in the comments, what do you think about these homes? Like, what do you think as far as, do they look different than the first community that we went into? I would say yes, and this is why. This is what I see. I see that there's more stucco on these homes, or there's more hardy plank on these homes. The first community that we went to had a lot of stone and brick, and those are going to be a little bit more expensive than these homes right here. Look, they have stucco on them, and they don't look as solid as a home that has stone or brick. These roads are also more narrow. If you can see, the roads are more narrow. The driveways are a little bit shorter. And it's just based on, each community is different. The developers are different. They, you know, they have different priorities. Like this developer, I would say, wanted to cram as many homes as possible in this piece of land. And so they sacrificed some driveway length. They sacrificed, you know, the yard space just to fit more homes in here. The ones that are more expensive, like the first community, if you noticed, and you could play back the video, they had longer driveways. The streets were wider, and we're in a cul-de-sac. Who doesn't love a cul-de-sac? If you love cul-de-sacs, comment below. But yeah, we're in a cul-de-sac. We're going to turn around and head out of this community. So yeah, those are all just the little things to think about whenever you're moving, and things that are important to you. If you want bigger lots, then obviously it's going to be a little bit more expensive because there's less homes per subdivision. But one way to do that, I mean, you know, and it's hard to do it. Like, I have clients moving here from Guatemala, from Guam, from Georgia, from Florida, from New York, even down the street from Austin. They're moving here, and these are all the questions that they have. So if these are kind of the questions that you have and you can't get it from a video, do me a favor, get the QR code that's down below, pause your TV, scan that QR code, and then schedule an appointment with me so we can talk and we can see what your lifestyle, what you desire in the place that you live, what kind of lifestyle you live, and I can pinpoint you into the right area of San Antonio and eventually the right home so you can live, you know, have a great time while you're living here in San Antonio. So yeah, hit the QR code, schedule a call. All right, let me fix my camera here. So we're gonna head out of this community into a different one, and then we'll talk a little bit more once we get out of this community about the amenities or the recreational opportunities that are in this area, and that you'll definitely take advantage of. All right, so this looks like a big country road that we're on right now, and there's a reason. So right behind these trees, there's a shooting complex, and they do competitions. It's the name of it is what is the name of it? It's a big shooting complex. I think that's the name of it. But anyway, there's a shooting complex where they do competitions. You can go shoot shotguns and all that stuff. One of the things that we love in Texas and in San Antonio, especially with all this veteran community, is guns. So I'm going to do a video, or, you know, let me ask you, if that was a video that I did, if I do a video covering all the gun ranges here in San Antonio, would you watch it? Comment below, like tell me, yeah, I would watch it, or no, I'm not interested, I don't care. Either way, so I know to spend resources and time doing those, because I want you to have, you know, all the information. And aside from, you know, from shooting ranges, what other things interest you, like about San Antonio? What do you want to know about living here in San Antonio? I'd really like to know. So yeah, here we go. This is the main road that divides Alamo Ranch. So everything to the left that you see, that's Alamo Ranch, and everything to the right is going to be another community. And we might just go drive through one of these communities so you can see. I'm going to go into this one right here. That's that whole patch of land right there. That's all the shooting range. But I'm going to drive into this other community, which is not Alamo Ranch. This is actually Stillwater Ranch. And I'm going to show you just a glimpse of Stillwater Ranch so you can see. And if you haven't noticed by now, like everything's ranch. Alamo Ranch, Stillwater Ranch, you know, Robbins Ranch, Redbird Ranch. We're a bunch of ranchers here in San Antonio. But I'm going to cruise through this one real quick, and then we're going to jump right back to go to Alamo Ranch so you can see. I'm going to turn right here. Let's go look at some of these homes. And you know what? I'll do, well, you know what? Actually, it wouldn't even be necessary to do a video of this one now, because I'm taking you here now. But this is this Stillwater Ranch. So the home kind of looked the same, right? HOA office. Oh no, you don't want to go there. So this is Stillwater Ranch. I'm gonna find my way around here and then go back to where I came from, so I can do. All right, like this right here. They have a little pond over here. You know what? We're gonna get off on the talk about this. Well, not talk about the pond, but let's get off on the pond. So I want to take you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down Culebra Road, which is, again, I guess the northern border of the neighborhood. And I'm going to go down that road so you could see all the shops, all the businesses, all of that stuff. I think I just missed my turn. Let's take a cruise. Tell me, what do you think about Stillwater Ranch? Does it look like Alamo Ranch? It kind of does, right? It's only down the street, so it doesn't surprise me. So it's always nice to be able to see where you're gonna live. Like when I spend my time in the military and I would move from one place to another, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have anybody doing these videos, so it's very fortunate that people are doing these videos. But what do you call it, so you can go and look at the information. Just know that whenever you're moving to San Antonio, if you need help, that's what I'm here for. I'm a resource. I consider myself a resource, a helper. Like, I'm not a salesman, even though my job is selling homes. I don't sell you, I just give you the options and you can decide for yourself. But I've gotten a lot of phone calls from people that were like, oh my God, I didn't know there was a bad neighborhood. You know, I'm buying a house in a bad neighborhood. I had no idea. Well, there's a saying, who you work with matters. And this is a prime example. If you're working with somebody who is just trying to make a sale, then you'll know, like you got that gut feeling. Just know that you have options. There's not everybody's like that. But yeah, you can, and I know I'm rambling because I'm waiting for this traffic light to turn green, but I just wanted, to kind of relay that so you know. But I'll help you no matter what. Like, even if you don't use me to buy a home, that's fine. I want to help you because I really love San Antonio and I want you to enjoy the best that it has to offer. And just, you and your family will enjoy it, because nothing would pain me more than you coming to San Antonio and saying, man, this place sucks. And it's because somebody just led you astray, right? They didn't lead you with your your priorities in mind. So. Right now it is 3:39 in the afternoon, and this is pretty much going to be rush hour, I guess. It's not 5 o'clock yet, but there's a lot of people on the road, and in the weekend it gets even more packed than this, so just know that. So right here there's this little meat market. Oh, it's right there. Zoom into it. Shots Meat Market. They have some pretty good meat there. They got some great steaks, they got some great ribs, all that good stuff, and it's right here in the neighborhood. All right, so that was it. Yeah, we'll end it here because there's just so much traffic that I don't want to just like bore you to death. But all in all, Alamo Ranch is a really good place to live. Like, if you want to be in the middle of all this, you want to be where there's all this entertainment, where there's a lot of food, where there's a lot of things to do. And keep in mind that we're still centrally located to everything in San Antonio. So I was in Chicago last weekend. Take that, the weekend before, I was in Chicago, and I was just so amazed at how huge that city was. And even though San Antonio's half the size of Chicago, it's not that difficult to traverse the city and to get around to places. So some of the things that are around here, like Six Flags, Fiesta, Texas. You have SeaWorld, that's about 10 minutes away. You have, Castroville, which is, 25 minutes away. Like, all these places are centrally located. There's a ton of stuff to do. You have Government Canyon State Park, and there's just a lot of things that you can really partake in when moving into Alamo Ranch. A lot of people like living here. A lot of people do live here, so hence the traffic and all the shops and all the all the options that you have, because there's just a lot of people living out here. So if this is something that you're interested in, you want more information, or you want me to send you, you know, options that you have in this area, then let me know. Okay, again, this is a new community, 2000 on up, really safe, good schools. So if you know you're moving here and this sounds like a community that you want to know more about, or you want me to show you homes here, then I could do that. If it's not, then that's okay, because San Antonio is filled with a bunch of communities. The next community I already have in mind is closer to town. It's kind of my style. I like older communities, older homes, with a lot of walkability. But even though there's some walkability here, you're still going to have to use a car to get around, especially in this traffic. So, alrighty. Thanks for watching. If you have anything that you want to talk about, hit the QR code, text me, email me, send me a smoke signal. I got them all, or I'll answer them all. When you're moving to San Antonio, know that I got your back. All right. We'll see you in the next video.